And hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of EVE Online. Today I have a new toon. It's been a while since I made a video because I've been waiting a while for this toon to train up to be able to do what I want to do, which is faction warfare. Faction warfare is when you join one of the militia groups. I can actually maybe show this in the faction warfare menu here. There's actually a website dedicated. It's called factionwarfare.com, where pretty much the Galente and the Kaldari hate one another. The Kaldari and the Amar are allies, and the Galente and the Minmatar are allies. So I am in a corporation who is on the Galente and Minmatar side of the faction warfare. You have to make a new character to do this unless you don't care about screwing up your standings with other corporations. Whenever you do any actions for the Galente, for example, you lose standing with Amar and Kaldari, which means if you get too low, you can't enter their space even in high sec. And as well as when you're actually a member of the militia, you're actively at war with that militia. So no matter where you go, you are at war. So that's not a great thing to do for a character that does hauling or industry or mining or anything like that, because then people can kill you with impunity, and that's not a good idea. So this is the faction warfare screen. I am new to this. I was told the best way to start is to start doing defensive sites. We have switched to Galante recently because they become tier 3. The higher the tier, the better the rewards. You get bonuses to the loyalty points you gain from doing actions as your militia. And Kaldari is falling down to tier 1. We were on Minmatar, but they were falling from tier 3 to tier 2, which means we were going to start losing our bonuses. So we decided to switch over. It takes, I believe, 24 hours to switch your corporation over to the other faction. So it's been a day. I was going to record this yesterday, but I had to wait. But that's okay. Let's get out there. First, what you want to do, from what I've been told, keep in mind, this is all what I've been told. I don't know if this is the best way to do things. But if you look at the faction warfare screen, and I think you can see it from any station when you're in the militia, or any Navy station at least, you can just look and find out what systems are in the war, what are in combat right now. The red ones are controlled by Kaldari, so if we go there and it's highly contested, I believe the higher the contention, the more, I don't know if it means there's more action, or let's look at this. I haven't actually done this. So we're looking at this place. If you look in your star map and you actually switch to statistics and escape pods, how about number of pilots active? Well, there's nobody active there. Pirate and police ships destroyed. Yeah, that's a lot. Ships destroyed. Aha! There's been a lot of deaths there. That's highly contended. So I think that means, yes, 82 ships destroyed in the last 24 hours. We're newbie. We can't actually fight with this toon. This toon is not very good at it yet. I'm training her up to be that, but it's going to take a while. So we're not going to try and actively get into a big fight. So we're not going there. So we're going to do some defensive plexing. How you do that is you find the blue ones, and you find one that's less contested, but not zero. I believe the rule of thumb is around 20% contention is what you want to look for. If it's, I think the lower the contention, the lower the reward. I'm not entirely sure on that, to be honest. All right, I believe we found a suitable spot to do our business here. I think it's a Melmanual. Only 6 ships were destroyed in the last 24 hours. It's about 20% contested and is a defensive site that I can go hang out in. And the path there isn't too bad. I mean, 16 were killed here in a day. That's not a lot as compared to like here, which is like 112. But, you know, they brought that upon themselves, I believe. And I'm just going to be kind of minding my own business, trying to get to where I'm going. So the #1 rule is to keep local open. As you can see here, I actually have little purple guys here. Purple guys are in my militia, and they're my friends. I don't know who they are, but they've joined this side of the fight, so we're automatically allies. That doesn't mean they're not going to shoot me in low sec. They can, in fact, attack people from the same faction, which they often do, because when you're doing this, let me just undock here. When you're doing this kind of defensive plexing, which is what we're going to get up to, if you come and try and help capture a point with somebody, you automatically split the loyalty points, and that'll piss people off because they're trying to make money. So they'll automatically just attack you, which is stupid, but, you know, it's not exactly a role-playing game. It's about making money, really. So let's head out there and hopefully we will survive. There's a couple tactics we gotta use. We gotta make sure we always have our D-scan on, obviously. That's something I've been trying to get better at. I'm not too good at it yet. Just open the D-scan. There's a bunch of force fields around. Oh, there's actually an enemy right here. He's in local. He's actually not by me, from what I see. Let's see if I can scan. Scan. If he was on the gate, I'd see him on D-scan, so the gate should be clear. That's a good method that I've found, is that if you keep your D-scan kind of low, and you're about 5 light years away from the gate that you're just like warping to and scan, you can see like if there's a bunch of baddies like on the gate waiting. That's a good way to find out if it's camped or not. There's also a suspect in system, which means we can shoot him if we want to, but he's probably going to shoot us back. And like I said, this toon is not exactly set up for combat. I'm hoping to make her my PvP pilot, but that would be my first PvP pilot, so she may be able to have the skills to do some real damage, but I do not have the actual skills in real life to make that happen very effectively. But I'm going to try. I mean, that's the point of the game, right? Loot ships, make ISK, have fun. Alright, so here we go. First things first, when you're about to enter low sec, which is the very next jump, is turn your damn safety off, because why wouldn't you? I always go full red because, like I said, your militia members can shoot you. So if they can shoot you, you should be able to shoot them back. I'm pretty sure if you have it just on yellow, you cannot shoot your own militia members back until they aggress you first. So I guess it really doesn't matter. But if they have a gang of people, and I see someone in their gang, if one guy who's really powerful starts shooting me, and I see someone else in their gang that I think I could actually kill before they kill me, I want to be able to shoot that guy, even though he's not aggressing me. So that's why I go red. I don't know if that's logical or not, but that's just what I do. And I also jumped way too far away from this gate, so let's burn towards it. Also, I should probably talk about my ship. I am flying a Tristan. It is a newbie ship, using a newbie fit. It was a fit recommended to me by my core. It's got some shield boosters, got some limited adaptive invulnerability fields, and warp stabs. This means I can't be scrammed unless they use a lot of warp scrams on me, meaning I can get away. The whole point of this ship is to just get the hell away if somebody aggresses me. And I have guns, but they're not that great. I don't do that much DPS. I do 57 DPS, but 27 of it is my drones, and my drones, I think that assumes that I'm using all 5 of my drones, but I can only use 3 of them, if I recall. So it's not, I don't actually do a whole lot of damage. The final part of this fit is a cloak, which I cannot use yet. I have to wait a little bit. I believe I gotta wait a little over 6 hours for my gunnery to be done, and then I'll get my cloak. But I don't really think cloaking is that necessary, as long as you keep your eye on D-scan. So here we go, we're gonna jump. We get this little warning saying we're about to enter a low security system. Fine by me. Hopefully we do not get murdered right on the other side of this gate. A lot of people like to gate camp, and if it's the kind of ships that can gate camp on gate guns, I'm going to die. And it doesn't look like anyone's here, which is fantastic. Let's scan. Scan. We're gonna warp to the sun, and then mid-flight, I'm actually just make a safe. So I'm gonna warp to the sun, then halfway there, I can hit Alt-E, places, wait until I'm around the right place, add location, type safe. So that's a bookmark in the middle of that warp. So it's a place that someone can't warp directly to unless they actually factually, unless they try really hard to find me. They're not going to find me. Let's get to this gate. I want to warp within... I'm going to warp within 100 and see if anybody's there. And then I'll warp back to my safe, and then I'll warp back to jump if nobody's there. I just like to play it safe. You lose a lot of time, and time is money, if you just go somewhere blind and blow up. And I'm also kind of a pussy. There's a Gnosis, a Loki, 2 Loki, a Cinnaball around. There's some ships here, man. Not at the gate. Oh, they are all at the gate. Alright, I'm glad I checked it out. I'm gonna go back to my safe spot now, because those guys are mean. Let's get the fuck out of here. Pays to be a pussy sometimes. Really does. So, those 3 duders are all just gonna hang out on that gate and camp it, because they're dicks. So I'm not going to be able to get into that station anymore, and they may even be trying to hunt me. So let's scan. Scan, 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 scan. They might check the sun. The sun is about a light year away from me. So if they go to the sun looking for me, I'll still be... If I scan at 1, I'll see if they come to the sun. But I'm too far away for them to just, like, see me and warp to me. Like, they won't show up. I won't show up on their overview unless they actively scan me down. And now I'm going to check local to see if they're saying anything. Oh, there's a Viador. I think that's... I don't remember what a Viador is. Yeah, it's just an industrial ship. But it's that industrial ship that can actually kill things. So even that is kind of a threat. After doing a little, like... Oh, man, look. There's even another baddie here. What are you up to, buddy? You're up to shooting stuff. -10 sex status. Big-ass pirate. So I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to be headed out to. I can look. I mean, there's... I don't think there's even any faction war sites available. Oh, there are outposts, but... Are they even safe to do? I don't even know. I gotta warp to within this one. Again, we're gonna go 100, look. Because, okay, so in Nova sites, big ships can't go into the site, but they can hang out at the gate to get into the site. So I'm gonna warp to 100 at this gate. And maybe no one's there. Like, I would just warp at 10. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be camped. Okay, so this is fine. Oh, there's another enemy. There's so many enemies in here. We're gonna scan, scan, scan. There shouldn't be anyone in the site then. So I'm gonna warp back to my safe. And then I'm gonna warp back to the gate and actually jump into this site and see what's going on there. Big ships can't go in there. Only small ships can. So once I'm in the site, I should be fine. Unless someone actually actively comes and tries to kill me. And there is a... there's an enemy in system right here. Flashies. There's a pirate in system who's just here to kill anybody. And there's the gate campers. All the yellow guys are the gate campers. I picked a great site. This site's... This system is fantastic. I mean, this isn't even the system I was trying to get into. But it still sucks. So let's get into this novice site. I want to make sure I'm on the novice site. So warp to 10. You always want to warp to 10 on the gates, because if you warp to 0, you'll get stuck on the gate and you won't be able to escape. Which is an oversight by CCP, I would say. Nothing happening in local, like chat anyway, so... Yeah, not a lot of intel when it comes to not rolling with like a posse. Going by yourself is always a little more... I mean, it's less dangerous because you're just by yourself and they can't track you as easy. But... you have less intel, you don't have a scout, you're your own scout. So it's kind of hard to get around safely. So let's get into this site and see what's going on. This should be defensive. So you shouldn't have to kill the rat that's in the site. See, there's the rat. I don't have to kill him. All I have to do is sit on the button. This is the button. As you can see, there's a timer. 9 minutes and 52 seconds are remaining. That means I am capturing the site. And in 9 minutes and 52 seconds, I'll be paid in LP points, and I can leave, and the site will disappear. But while I'm holding the site, I have to be vigilant. Because, okay, so that acceleration gate is approximately 1 million kilometers away. So if no one comes up on my D-scan from 1 light year away, I should be fine. Sometimes that's faulty. Sometimes sites are so close together, your D-scan will actually show people in other sites next door. So you just gotta futz with it and find one that works for you. I'm gonna come all the way up here and stop. And I'm gonna align to my safe spot. So when someone jumps in, I can jump out right quick. The only problems I really ever had was like, what was that? A Federation Navy Comet. That's like my least favorite ship right now because I get effed with all the time by Navy Comets. And they're pretty strong. At least the guy flying it had good enough skills to just like two-shot me. I never actually lost a ship because I was always aligned and it always took him a long time to get to me since I always fly way above the button. And you see the beacon down there. That's where I warped in at from the gate. So as long as you get away from the actual beacon, you're fine. I'm 18k away from it. So they would have to come close if he's a small ship, most likely. If it's a Kestrel or some other kind of rocket or missile ship, They have to get a little bit closer, but I'll probably be able to get away before they can even lock me at that point, unless they're insta-locking, which I'm just dead. And then, you know, more power to them. If I die, you know, they have better skills than me, so I guess they get to win, since they've been playing the game longer, because that's how that works. I can't see the time. Is that 8 minutes? 8 minutes, I think. All right, well, we're just going to sit here for a while then, and watch our D-scan. Always be scanning. Still waiting, still scanning. I think it's like 3 minutes. Man, it's really hard to see that. Let's see, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. There's not a lot happening yet. I'm pretty sure everyone in the system is just concerned with that gate camp and what's going on over there. From what I can tell, there may or may not be people like docked up in this station and like trapped in there and being camped there. I don't know. I'm not really excited about going over to the station in this system with so many reds and yellows and all that crap in here. I'm just gonna grab this and probably GTFO. Oh, they're leaving. Whoa. They actually left. Well, a couple of them left. Not everybody. There's still 4 enemies. Or, well, so that's the thing. There's 4, like, clearly enemies here. But the neutrals are just as enemies. Since we are in low sec, they can do whatever they want and try and fuck up our day. As long as they're in a frigate, they can get into the site. I am in a novice site. I'm not going to get a lot of money for it, but it also only takes 10 minutes as opposed to the bigger sites would take up to 20. And they pay a lot more, but I just wanted to get something on this run on camera. This activity takes a whole lot of time, and if you're defensive plexing, you can get a lot of ISK really quick with a relatively little losses if you're really careful about it. You just got to keep on descanning, make sure no one's going to jump in at you. If you're in a large site, that's where the real money is. But large sites don't have gates. Any ship can fly into it. And you really got to be on your shit. Because how this works is, remember that gate I came up to? They have to come to that gate and then launch from the gate into the site. And the large capture sites, they can just fly right in. So you got to be watching your D-scan real hard. Like, be watching long. And then if you see a new ship, you got to come short. If you see another new ship, you got to come even shorter. And if they're showing up there, you either got to be ready to fight or run. And since I'm by myself, I'm probably going to be ready to run. Not going to lie. We are down to 44, 43, 42, 41, 40. This went pretty well. I mean, like, we didn't have to do anything. That's why people enjoy doing this activity for making money. It's because you get LPs from the sites you capture, and you can trade those LPs for items. You can sell those items. Because some of the items that you get from the loyalty points, you can only get from the loyalty points. So those items come at a premium on the marketplace. And let's just see if we can finish this capture real quick. And get the hell out of here. Where do I want to go next? I don't know. Am I gonna check my map while I'm in the site? Fuck no. That just seems dumb. Seems dumb to me. So, site is captured. Got loyalty points. Got loyalty points. The site on the scanner should disappear. On cue. It's going to disappear. It's supposed to disappear. There it is. It's gone. Okay. So we can go and try the small site next, I suppose, if we're feeling frisky. Because those guys are in giant ships. I don't know what the neutrals are flying, though, but I haven't seen them on D-scan at all. They could actually just live here. Let's look. There's not a lot of asteroid belts. There are a lot of planets, though. It could just be their system that they live in. Kind of a crappy place to live, somewhere in the middle of a faction war. I mean, geez, maybe you should pack up and move and find somewhere else to go, but yeah, I'm not going to judge you. Low-sec has cool stuff. So I get to my safe spot. At my safe, I would normally be cloaking if I had my cloak, but I do not have my cloak. So let's just land here. Once again, middle of freaking nowhere. A little bit away from the sun. I can scan from here. There's still nothing here. Let's go to long. No ships. No problem. Okay. So let's figure out where to go next. And for capturing that site, we got 2,768 loyalty points, which is basically equivalent to like a level 3, maybe level 4 mission. It depends, but that's pretty good. We didn't get any actual money, which is what you get from doing missions, but you can crank out these sites pretty quick. Let's see, look at local again. Alright, there's still a bunch of neutrals here that could be camping out all these sites. I'm just going to keep going until I explode, I think. So let's find that small site. Let's warp to 100 and see if they're camping that acceleration gate. I'm feeling frisky. I'm feeling lucky too. I've yet to lose a ship with this character, although I'm not against it. As long as it's fun. So descan, 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 descan should be okay. And let's jump. This would be a lot easier with a scout and a fleet, obviously. But if you're using multiple people to capture these sites, you split that LP amongst a bunch of people. So that's why people like to do this solo. Ooh, pretty. Where's the button? There's the button. Okay, so we want to fly above it, as before. This is a small site, which means slightly larger ships can come inside the site. I don't know exactly which kind. I am pretty new. I'm gonna look real dumb at some point in this, by the way. If someone comes by... Oh, there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot of enemies here. Okay. There's a fire tail. We're going to align to our safe. Turn off our afterburner. We don't need it anymore. We're going to wait for him to come in. We're going to try and capture this still. There's a lot of baddies here, though. It's oh, yep. Safe. Warp to location. Safe. Warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
There's the fire tail. Later, bro. Haha. Sucker. Couldn't get me. Not gonna get me. Not today. Alright, so... I don't know if I can get out of this system alive, honestly. Because there's a lot of bad guys. All these flashing orange guys are against me. Look at this. There's a fire tail. There's a hookbill. Funky pussy, the hookbill's coming at me. New one. And the freaking Navy... I hate Navy comets. There's a lot of small ships. They're all small ships. They're running small sites. They're coming to kill me. They heard I was here. They knew I was here, and they're coming to get me. Actually, I did check. Murky Dragon's streaming, and he's doing faction warfare in the same area, so they're probably actually looking for him. But I'll just pretend that I brought all this heat upon myself because I'm such a badass in space. And I think I'm going to try to get the fuck out of here, to be honest. So let's look on our map. They're not going to be able to... I don't think they'll be able to find me in my safe spot, unless they're really, really good at D-scan. The fire tail is like a light year away, but I think I'm fine. Let's find our home system again. Just a couple jumps away. Should be fine. They're in here just trying to... They're offensive plexing. So they're going to try and capture those same sites that I was capturing, except they're going to get more LP because it's offensive. And they're rolling in a gang, which makes it worth it for them to roll in a gang, because you get more LP to split amongst your crew. And now that we're in high sec, I'm going to switch back to safety. So we captured one site. I'm glad I got that in a video. It's kind of a boring activity until everybody's coming to kill you. And then it gets really exciting really quick. Hopefully it doesn't end in your own death. Ideally it would end in their deaths, but this toon, I'll show you. I don't care if you know the name or anything, I'm not really mad. 415,000 skill points. That's not very much. That's not a lot at all. This character's like a week old. So, as time progresses, she'll get better. But also, the enemy will get better. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I am probably going to switch to a Blaster Fit Atron eventually. Which will not have warp stabilizers, so I can actually be scrammed and, like, caught. But, you know, dying's fun. And an Atron will actually be able to shoot back. I'm not really a fan of the Tristan when it comes to actually trying to shoot back because I rely a lot on my drones for DPS, which means I have to right-click, launch drones, have the guy targeted, hit F, get the drones on him, and then start shooting. It's like, such a mess. I'd rather just lock and shoot, which is what an Atron will get you. But anyway, it looks like we're going to get back safe and sound. I'm pretty sure since we're in Galente space that they did shit. Oh, there's a baddie right there. That's why I always look at local. I don't think he's on me. No one's here. Ponzor's Maximus is holding down in the Nomad there in his industrial ship. Seems pretty good. And we're just gonna land and dock up. War target. War target. He's in a Proteus. He's in a T3 cruiser. Why are you here? Jerk. Go away. If I ever do make faction war videos again, specifically of like this kind of stuff, it'll probably just be like little clips of like crazy stuff, because as you can see, it gets kind of boring when you're just sitting there, and when it gets exciting, for this character anyway, I just run, and it's not gonna be that fun to watch, unfortunately. I want to get her better so I can actually fight back, but for right now, I'm just playing like a pussy, because I've never done PvP legitimately before, besides like dumb ganks and like being ganked. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. If you have any tips or anything on how to more properly do faction warfare, feel free to leave comments below and letting me know. Resources and stuff. I'm aware of factionwarfare.com, but it doesn't really help me because it just talks about the tier system. I don't know how any of that crap works right now. The corporation I'm in, we just kind of do this. We just kind of try and solo snipe sites in offensive and defensive. Once I actually get a little stronger, I'll go into the offensive, and maybe I'll make a separate video on that because it should be a little more exciting, hopefully. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. And I'll see you next time.